the Brown boys, the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys. We going live. We talking about this Lindsay lady. There's a phenomenon going on that I do not understand. There are women out there, I guess they're championing this postpartum situation that unfortunately led to this young lady unaliving 3 children. So I guess women are standing in solidarity, supporting a woman that unalived 3 of her own children. And I'm gonna try not to judge anybody because we don't want YouTube to think that we're here to judge anyone. We're here just to get the content and go over it and give our opinion. So let me first get to my disclaimer as y'all get on in here. Y'all know we do disclaimers around here. All right. Now that we got the disclaimer out the way, let's go over this Instagram video of women supporting, I guess, Lindsay in this type of way. So tell me what you guys think.
Where women throw water on their little children and abuse them. Is this what you guys are doing for likes? Validation? Oh, look, I'm struggling to manage my own child. Let me abuse them as well. You are all sick. Any of these people should have their kids taken away from them. Probably the greatest thing you can have in your life is raising a child. And now it's a social trend to abuse them. Feminism has warped women's brains so much that they think that abusing children for a social media trend is cool. So is this a new trend now, a new social trend where women throw water on?
All right. Tell me what you guys think. Is this abuse of a child? Is this just a trend? Is this cool? He's calling it abuse. I'll let you guys in the chat decide. We don't want to violate any terms of service. I'll tell you another live that I'm going to do on Patreon tonight.
Have we actually ruled out the possibility of demon possession here? Because I'm trying to find another explanation that makes sense. And postpartum issues and the struggles of motherhood just really aren't doing it for me. I mean, we have literally had women lining up outside of the courthouse and waving and cheering for Lindsay Clancy as she shows up for her murder trial. And then we've had women going, oh, I can totally identify with wanting to strangle your kids. Let me go chuck some ice in my shower and film it. And now it's just rage screaming like a psychopath. Ladies, get your bat crap crazy selves under control right now. This is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. Your husband should be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. If you truly think that you can identify with...
I'm going to stop off that last part because she says something that's against YouTube guidelines. So we want to respect YouTube. Gotcha. We definitely are going to play this off Nate the Lawyer. Shout out to Nate the Lawyer. We're going to go over some of his video. I think it's very interesting that so many people are identifying with this woman. This is like the biggest phenomenon in it's like the most viral acts about thing is, do you support this? There's women showing up to the courthouse rallying behind this woman as if she's some sort of hero. I was like, is this a real thing? At first I thought it was I'm like, this is a joke. But no, this is a real thing. The reporter showed up in pink to support her. They're wearing pink to support this woman. So I want to know from the people in the chat. I'm not here to judge anybody. Excuse me. I have never experienced postpartum, but we got to do something to protect the babies. So I want to know from the ladies in the chat, first of all, let me just say from the people in the chat, wink, wink, from the people in the chat, all inclusive. What do you guys think about, because I want to know everybody's perspective, man or woman, because if you got a child with somebody like this that's saying that they are supporting Lindsay Clancy or whatever her name is, and they feel like they could possibly hurt their kids, what would you do as a man? What would you think? As a female, have you ever gone through postpartum, and has it ever made you think that way? And what did you do in order to help deal with your postpartum? Because I think that's important. So in the chat, I want people talking about this, saying what helped them, saying what are some of the things you can do to de-stress, and is it support from your counterpart or your partner? Like, how can we combat this thing? And what do the men, from your perspective, what do? Do you take your kids? Do you drive to a hotel and lock the room door? And you say, don't come here no more till you get over that? What do? We got to figure this out. All right, so let me play this video, and I hope y'all in the chat rumbling, because I'm over here chilling.
Intentional killing. So Lindsay Clancy was born August 11th, 1990, and she was raised in Connecticut. She attended college, completed a nursing program, and became a labor and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital. She then worked as a nurse for about 9 years before she met her husband, Patrick Clancy. Now, they got married in 2016 and moved.
Man, this looked like a normal, happy couple. Like, you never know what people are dealing with. Like, they look so normal, cookie cutter. Both of them look young and vibrant, like they started their career, like they're going to have 4 or 5 kids and just live a middle-class life. You wouldn't think that this person would be dealing with all this. So this is crazy.
To an upper-class community in the great state of Massachusetts. Now, from the trial and oral reports, people who knew Lindsay, including her husband, former co-workers, friends, everybody, described her as loving, attentive, and a compassionate nurse.
Did you know that she had a child, Cora?
Yes.
And did you know that she had a child, Dawson?
Yes.
And ultimately that she had a child, a baby that was born very, very recently, Cal.
Mm-hmm.
In the years that you were working with her, were you able to observe, I mean, did she like being a nurse? Did she want to work, or was she a good nurse? What's your opinion?
Lindsay loved being a nurse. She was really good at being a nurse. She was compassionate. She was kind. She was a patient advocate. She was the type of nurse that you wanted taking care of you or your loved one when you walked onto our unit.
They said that she was also a loving mother. According to her husband, Patrick, Lindsay had...
Dang, so all the marks are good about this person except this one situation. So this postpartum thing must affect different people differently, because I don't know too much about postpartum. So I don't want to talk about it in a way as if I know something about it. All I do know is I wouldn't want my child to be harmed if a woman is going through postpartum. I would want to figure out a way that we can deal with your postpartum and keep the kids safe if that's what's going on. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, here we go.
Never been violent with the children, and there was never any history of abusing the children or any signs of mistreatment. The family was also financially secure, had extended family support, used a daycare. At one point, there was even a nanny. There was no custody dispute, no secret affair, no financial crisis, absolutely no motive for killing the children. Now, Lindsay reported to professionals that after becoming a mother, she started having anxiety about going back to work. After her first 2 children were born, she returned to work only part-time. And after her 3rd child was born, she didn't return to work at all. By the fall of 2022, Lindsay had spoken to medical professionals and was getting treatment for anxiety and severe insomnia. She couldn't sleep for days. Here's her husband at the time, Patrick Clancy, explaining it.
On November 16th, 2022, did Lindsay visit South Shore Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. And why did she go to the South Shore Hospital that day?
I believe that day it was because she basically went 48 hours without sleeping.
And was she having heart palpitations?
I think so, yeah.
Now, according to her husband, Patrick, she physically started looking differently. She had lost a tremendous amount of weight, appeared deeply depressed, struggled to eat anything, and sometimes went days without sleeping. On one occasion, the insomnia got so bad that Lindsay drove herself to the emergency room where she got sleeping medication. Now,
Dang, so she was taking some steps. As she was dealing with all that, she was taking steps to try to deal with it. So, ladies, we really need y'all in the chat chatting about how do you deal with postpartum? And I still don't think you should go free I think if you dealt with that and you end someone's life, then it may be a mental institution to treat her or whatever else, but you don't get to go free. You can't break one of the commandments and get to go free under the guise of this or that. Even if you temporarily insane, even if you whatever, then we're going to take you to one of the mental hospitals and we're going to make sure that you can be around people again without voices telling you and commanding you what to do.
For the next 4 months, doctors started prescribing a long list of psychiatric drugs to Lindsay.
Was she prescribed buspirone, otherwise known as Vanspar?
Yes.
About Wellbutrin?
Yes.
Hydroxyzine. What is hydroxyzine?
It can be used for a number of reasons, but for psychiatric purposes, it's often used as an anti-anxiety medication.
And Klonopin?
Yes.
And then lamotrigine?
Yep, lamotrigine.
Lamotrigine.
Goodness gracious. Did they give a tranquilizer juice too? God, this thing. Good day. She on like 60. They might need to say the drugs made her do it. What's the side effect of all this gargalactazine and tromethazine and gagalacazine? What's all the side effects? If you give someone that much medication, did she not take it that day? Like, God, you give somebody that much medication that's supposed to help them deal with whatever they're dealing with, but it don't help them and they do something that they wasn't supposed to do. They unalive somebody. Could it be put on the medicine? Like, is she on some more medicine? Let's see. Goodness gracious.
Sorry. And then we talked about Prozac. That's an SSRI, correct?
Correct.
And what's Remeron?
Also an antidepressant.
She was also prescribed Seroquel, amitriptyline.
Yes.
And Ambien, correct?
Correct.
And Zolpidem.
Yep, Zolpidem is the generic name of Ambien.
It's an awful lot of drugs to be prescribed in 4 months, isn't it?
Now,
Man, I'm surprised this woman ain't a zombie. How do you get prescribed that many drugs in 1 week? Chat, we got to run it back, chat. No, this is not a live. This is a pre-record, but we got to run this back. We got to run this back. We got to count how many drugs that is. And I might mess up, but I need y'all help in the chat. Count how many drugs they say this lady on now. Come on now, let's do this.
Was she prescribed buspirone, otherwise known as Vanspar?
Yes.
About Wellbutrin?
Yes.
Hydroxyzine. What is hydroxyzine?
It can be used for a number of reasons, but for psychiatric purposes, it's often used as an anti-anxiety medication.
And Klonopin?
Yes.
And then lamotrigine?
Yep, lamotrigine.
Lamotrigine, sorry. And then we talked about Prozac. That's an SSRI, correct?
Correct.
And what's Remeron?
Also an antidepressant.
She was also prescribed Seroquel, amitriptyline.
Yes.
And Ambien, correct?
Correct.
And Zolpidem.
Yep, Zolpidem is the generic name of Ambien.
It's an awful lot of drugs to be prescribed in 4 months, isn't it?
now these drugs.
Holy majority. I got 11. What y'all get in the chat? I'm going to give y'all time in the chat to tell me what y'all got. I got 11 different drugs. This lady was a zombie. Y'all ladies are supporting a zombie. She was a weekend at Bernie's. She was high, dog. I counted 11 drugs. Ambien, that's a drug. I got 11. What y'all get? I'm gonna see in the chat. You got 5, you got 6, you got 3, you dumb. You got 1, slow as hell. You got this, see, I don't know what y'all got because right now this is a pre-record. But if you got 11, you right. No, I don't know. That's just what I got. So if you got 11, then you're in agreement with me. If you got a number down 1 or up 1, we'll see what the chat say. We'll have a poll in the chat. And I don't know how to do no dang on poll, but we'll just talk about it in the chat. All right, let's keep going.
Were taken over the course of 4 months, and I need to make 2 critical distinctions. Number one, all of these medications weren't taken at the same time, and some of these medications weren't taken at all, as the prosecutor mentioned here.
You know that many of those drugs she took a very small amount of. Some she didn't take any pills at all.
I was not aware of that.
For Buspar, which is one of the ones he mentioned, were you aware the first prescription she only took 2 pills out of that bottle?
I was not aware.
Were you aware the second prescription a month or so later for Buspar she took 0 pills out of that bottle?
I was not aware.
I stand corrected. She was not drugged up. She did not take the medication. So this could have been the reason why that she continued on, may have been listening to the thoughts in her head because of the antidepressant drugs that they prescribed her. She did not take them. You can't treat somebody for something if you don't take the treatment. It's like she was seeking help, but why seek help but don't actually follow through on the help that you got? It's weird. I don't know if this was her just trying to find an alibi. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Was her doing all this, getting the treatment, getting all this so they can detail this out so that she can have a mental excuse? Because this seemed like planning at this point. You go get all these drugs, you take the time to say, hey, something's wrong, and then you're not going to take the drugs as prescribed? Why? Why even go through all that in the first place then? I'm just saying.